This weekend will be just a preview of some of the weather we'll see next week, with temperatures expected to reach 90 degrees. The heat may be welcomed by some, but it could be a concern for others. Joining us now to share some tips on how to keep you and loved ones safe and healthy is the Interim Division Chief of General Internal Medicine at UB at ECMC, Dr. John Fadima. John, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Well, thank you for having me.
Of course. So we're going to be seeing some warmer temperatures this weekend and Monday and Tuesday. What are some things that people should keep in mind when it becomes that hot outside?
Well, Sarah, we're all vulnerable, for heat-related conditions. One of the things that we have to do, though, is pay attention to those of us who are most vulnerable, the elderly, and those of us who have underlying medical conditions, including heart disease and lung disease. So what can we do to protect all of us? First of all, the important thing is to stay hydrated. Drink water. Even if you're not thirsty, drink water. And try to avoid caffeinated beverages or alcoholic beverages if possible, because they can cause dehydration. Stay cool. Especially during the hottest parts of the day, stay in air-conditioned rooms. If you don't have air conditioning or access to an air-conditioned space, use fans, cool showers, cool baths, and wear light, loose-fitting clothing. The key thing to do when we want to exercise and be outdoors is do it early in the morning, late in the evening, and avoid those midday temperatures when the heat index is extremely high. We should also check on our neighbors and our family members who are vulnerable. And don't forget our pets, because they also suffer from this type of heat if they're outdoors for too long periods of time. And know what are the symptoms of heat-related illness? Lightheadedness, dizziness, racing heart, nausea, and confusion. So if you start to feel any of those, get indoors, get into a cool place, sips of cool water, cool towels.
I like how you mentioned, that reminder, check on your neighbors, especially the elderly, just to make sure that they're okay when it becomes this hot outside. For folks who work outdoors, who spend their shift outdoors, there's roofers, those type of people. What can they do to keep themselves safe?
I am always amazed when I see them outdoors. The construction workers, road workers, it's amazing. So here's what I would say to them. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Water, electrolyte-containing beverages, light, loose-fitting clothing, and get regular breaks into either the shade, if you don't have access to an air-conditioned space, but get into air-conditioned space, be it vehicles or buildings, just for short periods of time to cool down and get that core body temperature down.
And next week, students will be out early. What are some things that they could do to stay cool for the little ones out there?
Just like the rest of us, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Stay away from sugary, sweetened beverages if possible, but hydrate. Stay in the cooler, air-conditioned rooms if possible, but we know kids want to be outdoors and take advantage of the pools, the splash pools. So if you're going to do that, do it later in the afternoon, not during the midday. And also wear sunscreen. That's one of the most important things that we can do, especially if we're outdoors.
Okay. Any other tips, any other reminders for folks as we enter the weekend and those hotter days?
No, just be safe. And if you have any concerns, questions about your health, contact your primary care doctor.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for joining us this morning for all these tips and reminders.
You're welcome, Sarah.
And stay with us. Mike shares a look at Buffalo's